Hello, welcome to today's video. We are on page 31 of the Alfred's All-in-One Book 4. The name of this song is On the Bridge at Avignon. This is a French folk song, and it features the skill that we learned about on page 30. Let's quickly review the skills of crossing the right hand finger number 2 over 1 and left hand finger number 2 over 1. So as you can see with these exercises, when we get down to B, we need to play one more note over here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. With one still on B, your finger number 2 will simply cross over the thumb and play the A, which is the 6th note over. And we'll simply just do that, going down the scale, and then play them as legato scales. Always crossing the second over the one, so to make it sound like an uninterrupted scale. Same thing with the left hand going up this time. Finger number 2 crossing over 1 without any hesitations. Just like that. All even, all legato. So please practice these exercises on page 30 before moving on to on the bridge at Avignon. Let's go ahead now and listen to this demonstration of on page 30. On page 31. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting things going on here. We are not going up to A this time, but we are going down away from C position to B. And usually it's with finger number 2 crossing over 1. Actually, it only really happens the one time there at the beginning. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what these notes are. In the right hand, we have staccatos for the first two measures, quarter, quarter, half note, and then we sequence up to the second. At piano, mezzo piano here, where the legato continues. E, F, G, C. Now here is where we have to cross. Now I would encourage you, as soon as you're playing that C, you begin to cross it over to prepare to play it on the next beat. Don't wait until after you're done to bring it over quickly, because that's just too much work, and we don't want to move that quickly. See how that I just brought it over as the beat is going on. Okay, so let's try it that way. F, G, C, B. And then you have to lift the wrist a little bit so that the thumb can come up. Back down onto the thumb. Legato down to the left hand. In the left hand, speaking of which, we have third, half note, second, half note, also staccatos for those first two beats. And then we have a single quarter note, fifth, make sure it's only a quarter note and don't hold it like a whole note. And then, of course, we have that G there at the end on beat number 4. The next system is going to be the same thing. Let's go ahead and play both hands together so we can hear that. Making sure it's a piano. And then now we have mezzo piano. Left hand once again is the 5th with the quarter note. Harmonic intervals for the last measure there into the fine. 2nd, 2, 3rd, 2. Whereas the the right hand does something a little differently. We do play to B, but now our fingers are moving about a little bit differently. E, F, G, C. From here, we do play D as usual, but because D is busy on this beat, there's no way to really bring it down to B and cross it over C. That just does not make sense. So in this case, instead, we're gonna stretch 1 over to B, bringing the right hand into like a B position. So that's why we bring finger number 2 down onto C. So we have E, F, G, C, D. Stretch the thumb over to B, B, C, 2, and now we are left in B position. But then you lift, go back to C position. For the next system, we're going to play quarter notes, non-legato, crescendo, accent, 2-note slur, lift. And then, same thing, a little bit louder. Accent. That's just a regular legato, but still down up. As for the left hand, piano, repeated notes on E, crescendo, accent, E, lift, C, 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 C. Now we have an accent, 2-note slur, lift. Okay, so we make sure we have those correct crescendos. Lift. We can lift with both hands to make it easier. Notice the lift. Okay, so notice that it does crescendo to decrescendo, but still accents always on every other measure. Da capo al fine brings us back to the beginning with the same thing as usual. Mezzo forte, a little bit louder. Cross. Back to the beginning style. And prepare to cadence. Excuse me. Okay, so make sure that you are playing the non-legato when it is supposed to be, and then the appropriate cross or hand changes. And we'll practice this every day. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next lesson.